YouTube. I can say whatever I want. Welcome, guys. You guys, where were you guys for last thing? Who do you guys?
We had Lee.
Oh, you're Lee. So what do you have over there?
He's got putters.
Oh, putters. That's.
TZi ST.
Oh, he's got some cool stuff that I can't top that one.
He's got the
I was always just
TZi
putters.
ST over here.
So I have iron shafts here, and as you guys know, the Accra iSteel green has been incredibly popular for us. It's been a great success. Quick backtrack, we obviously started off with a satin finish. During COVID, we were trying to keep up with demand of all of our products. You probably saw things like Elevate. We got rid of the heat transfer and put a band on it. That was all things to keep our production moving faster. And same thing happened with the Accra iSteel. It's a third party that put on that satin finish, that eco finish. So during COVID, we looked at it and said, we got to get more of these out. We can't tell you guys we don't have shafts all the time. So we went to a chrome, kept it all in-house. And obviously, actually, we've had probably more comments that they actually people like the chrome, so we're probably gonna stick with it when it's all said and done.
Yeah, fuck the environment.
Yeah. That's awesome for YouTube. No, so this is the new parallel version. You can't really tell it here, but basically this is a parallel tip version of the iSteel green. Same design, same sort of dynamic gold, with steps, a butt section, sort of a rifle type tip section, same weights, 105, 115, 125. The cool thing with this is basically when you tip it 2.5 inches in a 6-iron, you get basically the same flex and profile as a taper tip 6-iron if you put it straight in. And we give you a tipping instructions of 1/2-inch tip cuts, but basically the idea of a parallel shaft is you guys can tip it to your heart's content to dial in the flex to your customer. And so for those that are so inclined to use parallel tip shafts, you now have an option. It really is a great replacement for us for a rifle, because rifle kind of went away this year. And so this is kind of our new rifle. It's club fitter only. It's perfect for that. And now I have something new. iSteel Red. We talked to a lot of you guys, a lot of club fitters, and we sort of said, what direction should we go if we're going to do an addition to the Accra iSteel line? Like I said, we had great success with it. So we looked at going lighter, but then our tour department kind of got in, and quite honestly, there's going to be a big emphasis on Accra products on the PGA Tour. We already have probably about 10 new TZi 5s and 6s in play in the last couple weeks on the European Tour and the PGA Tour. And really we wanted something different to give our PGA Tour players a steel side. So Dave Walker and the tour team kind of looked at it and said, can we make a stiffer version of that? So the Accra iSteel was born. It's basically got the same butt section as the green one does, so that dynamic gold field, same step pattern. But the tip section is truly, and our engineers love it, they said, well, let's put a PX tip section in for you. And so this is basically a Project X tip section with a dynamic gold butt. The idea behind it basically is a little lower launch, a little lower spin. You still have great feel in your hands, but you can definitely feel the tip not moving around. So this is 110, 120, 130 gram. So you have 3 different options. You have lengths from 36.5 to 40 inches. There's 1 or 2 less lengths in this one, but we now have the iSteel wedge shafts. So they're a perfect complement to this because they're kind of the same weight but softer tip. So we kind of looked at it and said, really, it makes sense for guys if you're going to do wedges or 60-degree, 56, something like that, that the wedge shaft probably makes sense rather than doing a 36 in this. 36.5 still works in a wedge in this, really. So that's where we're at with this. Pretty excited about it. We should have stock in really the next couple weeks. Get demos out to you and stuff like that. Looking forward to hearing your feedback on it. We're going to have these on the range here to hit. We have a bunch of them. Lastly, from my side, is a new iron shaft. We obviously have had tons of success with the I-Series iron shaft. The I-Series iron shaft, you guys can pass that around if you want. I don't know if everybody's to check the red on it and stuff. Touch and feel. So the I-Series iron shaft is available basically in 40 grams to 90 grams is what we the best with it. It tends to have a profile of a stiff butt, softer tip. It's of a progressive tip. As you get up into the I-Series tours, it obviously gets stiffer, but it still has that same general concept. We've always had a lot of comments that the iSteel tours are great, but that profile doesn't really fit for a lot of really good players who want to move to graphite. So we looked at different ways of designing a graphite iron shaft, and obviously dynamic gold is so popular. we kind of looked at it and said, how can we kind of create a graphite iron shaft that kind of mimics that player's profile? So this has a totally opposite profile from our I series. It's more of a softer but very stiffer tip, so a little bit like the iSteel Red. Obviously a progressive one. It's 75 grams, 85 grams, 95 grams, 105, 115. So basically you get you get R, R plus, S, S plus, X, X plus. So you have sort of a lot of increments in there, but you can also tip them to your heart consent. So you can make the 75 into an X flex if you want to. So you can go crazy with the tipping on these things, just like you can with the I series. So now you have from 40 to 90 grams I series. That's your sort of softer tip, easier to hit, get the ball in the air, but you have all the flexes in the world to match those weights. And now you have this shaft here from 75 to 115 grams with an opposite profile. It really matches up well also. So if you have Aerotech, a steel fiber, and these as your heavier weights, you have two different profiles, both from us, but two different companies, and different profiles. And then you also have lighter weights with the I series. And it happens to have, so the other thing was, we looked at this, we came up with this great design, what do we brand it? We were talking about doing I series tour, and then we kind of looked at it, well, our TZi is kind of our player shaft, and it looks pretty cool. So let's go with a PVD finish and give it the TZi name. There you go. So this is a TZ branded product. It also separates it from the I series, so you really know this is the soft butt, stiffer tip player's profile. The other one's more of a game improvement profile. So there you go. Any questions? I've kind of ran through that fairly fast.
I have a question. Can you do custom on the new one?
We can.
Okay.
It won't be PVD.
It won't be PVD.
Yeah, but it'll have the bands.
It'll have the bands,
Yeah, and we can change the color of this. So actually, I did not even talk about colors in there and stuff like that. Yeah, so custom is definitely available in all this. Same with the new, you guys will get to the new I series. It's actually easier to customize those. So same thing, I series, I woods, TZs, TZ, and all the TZ products will all be customizable. That's been a huge part of our business too. Any other questions? God, that was easy.
It's so good, Gary.
Butt diameter on the TZ is 600. These are all 600, yeah. And the I series now is actually, we're using, you'll see it's got a new weave in the butt section. And it's a very thin weave, so it's actually gone down a little bit because the I series were pretty big in some cases. They've actually gone down to about 600 across the board. So these are all 370 with a 600 butt. Yeah. You tend to see actually the lighter weight ones that get a little bigger in the butt section. It's easier to stiffen up. Yeah. Anything else on these? Please stop filming. I'm out of things to say. You'll have a chance. Just make sure you guys if you get a chance. We do have you're gonna hear about a whack of wedge shafts. We have a little chipping competition over there, but also you can just try stuff. Get over there and try that. The putter shafts are gonna be really cool. You heard about one of them over here. But also you're gonna have a chance to try all these along the range here, as long as the wood shafts. So we're gonna have about an hour and 10 minutes to be able to hit balls, but also take that opportunity to talk to different people. It's a great chance of hang out. SRT's still around. Oh yeah, that's not changing. It'll be the new graphics, that's all. We did change the graphics on it, yeah. We tend to change the SRT Junior shaft. If you guys haven't tried, it's friggin' amazing. It's same design, but newer graphics, basically. It's got the weave at the top. It looks pretty cool, too, for the kids. But it's like a 580 butt. It's kind of like a little bit softer version of the 50, the I Series 50 really is what it is. But the cool thing is you can tip it up, you can stiffen it up to R plus flex. If you want to get a little kid that swings hard, you got that option, but you can also go down the other way too. Yeah, and what we find is the woods tend to be more the FX colors. So, okay guys, time to move on.